Becky. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a 6th grade curriculum haul to share with you guys. Some things that I have picked up recently to start our 6th grade year off. Some things that we have either almost finished up or did finish up in 5th grade. And also a few new things that I'm adding to our history curriculum, a new curriculum about reproduction and puberty and all that fun stuff. So I thought I would show you guys what I have picked up for 6th grade. I'm also going to be doing my 6th grade curriculum choices video. That video will go up right after this. Not today, but like in a few days. So be watching for that if you want to see what we're going to be doing for 6th grade. So if you like haul videos, make sure you give this one a thumbs up and let's get into the haul. Okay guys, so I put everything in this box. Most of the stuff is from BJU Press, but a few things are from Amazon and one thing is from Teachers Pay Teachers. So we have a lot of carryover from last year, a lot of things that we are loving that we're still going to keep using next year, or levels that we're in the middle of that we're going to be finishing in 6th grade. So those things obviously I didn't need to go out and purchase, but there were some new levels that I needed and some new things I needed to add to our current curriculum. So I'm going to start at the bottom just because some of the things that I purchased from Amazon go along with this. This is all from BJU Press. You guys, if you've watched my channel for a while, you'll know that we love them. We have used them for a variety of different subjects, different grade levels. My high schooler has used them. And then right now my elementary schooler, almost middle schooler, will be using them. Right now we're using them for history, which is heritage studies, and for English. So this is all English and history curriculum. So this is the heritage studies level 5. Even though she's going to be in 6th grade, I really find I don't pay a whole lot of attention to the levels. We just go along with what comes next. I have had the best time with heritage studies in 5th grade. I have learned so much that either I didn't learn in public school or I had forgotten. And what I went into dreading, which was teaching history, I actually loved and was my favorite thing about 5th grade with her. So I can't wait to do this one. There's a lot of similarities between level 5 and level 4. The end of level 4 does North American geography. The end of level 5 goes through, I believe, Obama. So just a few years out of date, but love, love, love the heritage studies. So I got, this is the student textbook, and one thing I do like too, it's full color. There's a mix of full color and black and white photos and sketches, so it's just really, really interesting. So that's the student book, the textbook, and then she's got her activity manual, which does come with the 3 hole punches already punched, and it's also perforated, so that's really nice. So this is all the activities that she's going to be doing to go along with the curriculum. Also, if you see that right there, that is Loki's big rump in the picture. Okay. I also have the tests and the test answer key. These are a separate purchase. You don't have to get these, but I do like to. But if you choose not to, there are quizzes that come in the disc with the teacher's manual, and I'll show you that in a minute. There are quizzes on that disc that you can print out and have your student use, but I also like to do the tests. So I picked up the test and the answer key. And then, like I said, the teacher's manual, which is your brain. This is your guide to everything you need to do and say. And so I love, love, love how thorough and easily laid out the teacher's manuals are for me. But in the teacher's manual, you have, of course, all of your guide to teaching, what you need to say and what you're doing each day. And then in the back, there's actually a CD, which has the activity manual answer key. So all of the answers to this workbook. You also have a bunch of visual aids and different things like that. And then in the back, you also have quizzes and the quizzes answer key. One thing that seems to be new this year, if it's not, I've never seen it before, is the answers to the answer key, like the student work, the answers to the activity manual in print form. I could go in there and pull that disc out of the back of the teacher's manual and print off the answers. I could also grade by pulling it up on the screen. But what ends up happening a lot of times that I'm grading, all of my other answer keys are in print form, and so I have a big binder full of all of my answer keys. I've actually done a separate video about that, and I'll pull that down and grade everything, and then I'm like, oh shoot, history is the one thing I need to get on the computer and go grade. And so I like that this is in print. I think it's a nice convenience. It's definitely not necessary, but in the way that I grade, it's very, very helpful to me. So, and when I was looking through the history curriculum, like I said, the second half of it covers more material than we covered in 4th grade. But in the 5th grade version, there's a lot more detail, it seems like, and it goes a lot farther into history. So I picked out some specific topics that I thought would be things that I wanted to focus on, and then also just of course require more reading of her, because she's going to be in 6th grade. I think it's important. These are still really easy books, but they're topics that I think are really interesting that I want to pull out of the curriculum next year. So what was the Holocaust? All of these books I got from Amazon. So they're not very long, but they're definitely giving her a little bit more of a glimpse into each of these kind of what I think are major events in history. So the Holocaust, we've got D-Day, Pearl Harbor, the Great Depression, and the bombing of Hiroshima. So we've had a couple of these books in the past, always been really great. They're written at a perfect level, especially for things like, you know, the Holocaust. You want them to know and understand the importance and the significance and the intensity of these things, but you don't want to like scare them to death because they're still little kids. And so I think these are right in that sweet spot of telling them enough information, giving them a really good glimpse into what these certain things were about without scaring them. So I picked those up. We may add more as time goes on, but that's what we have to go along with our history this year. Okay, and then still sticking with BJU Press, I love their English curriculum. We took a little break from it in 5th grade in the beginning of the year because our life was kind of thrown upside down. We had this huge kitchen remodel that the whole house was a mess and I didn't know where anything was. And so we took a little break from it in the beginning of the year, but then we went back to it, added actually something else to it from a different curriculum company. And I'm actually planning on doing a video about that individually, so I'm not gonna go into it here. But I love, love, love their English curriculum. I haven't used it in the very upper levels. I hear it changes after grade 8. I don't know if that's true. I haven't experienced that myself, but we've already used English 3, we're almost done with English 4, and then we're gonna be doing English 5. Basically, it is a writing and grammar curriculum. This is the student workbook, 2nd edition. So every week, every lesson, you're alternating a lesson of writing and a lesson of grammar, and a lesson of writing and a lesson of grammar, and it goes back and forth like that. So I just love it. It's thorough, it's very comprehensive, it's really, really non-intimidating. Just like with the history curriculum, the English teacher's manual is really invaluable because it is your hand-holding to all things grammar and writing. So same concept, you've got a copy here of what your child is looking at. It's also got the answers in it. So this is basically their activity manual that you're looking at here. I have all my teaching instructions, all of my questions to ask, all of the answers. It's just, I cannot tell you how amazing this curriculum is and how amazing and how incredible their teacher's manuals are. Those discs that are in the back of the teacher's manuals are really helpful and such a great resource that give you even more, gives you even more information and things you can use when you're teaching whatever subject. So that's the teacher's manual for English 5. I already showed you the student manual, or student activity book, and then same thing with history. I also got the tests. So I have the test for her and then the answer key for me. Also from Amazon, I purchased this for part of our science curriculum. We already have the other book in this series. I think it's called Indescribable. This is a science devotional. So they are daily devotionals that tie back to science concepts. And I really love that. I love these little facts at the bottom, and we usually end up looking up whatever the animal is or the thing that they're talking about. So it's just a really great devotional, whether you're going to be doing it for part of your homeschool or not. I just love the first one so much, and we're still working through it. But I love it so much that I went ahead and purchased the second one. Also from Amazon, something we're going to be talking about this year or this coming school year, which I'm a little reluctant to do, but it is time, unfortunately, is the birds and the bees, puberty, just the process of maturing, whatever you want to call it. I figured it would be nice to have, I don't want to say a curriculum, but more of a teaching style resource. And I have not read all through this yet, but I figured it would take a little bit of the intimidation out of it if we treat it like we do any subject in school, like science or Bible or something like that. This came from Amazon. This is Changes 7 Biblical Lessons to Make Sense of Puberty. There's a couple other ones in this series that I think are too old for her. There's one about biblical sexuality and then one about relationships, but this seemed to be right at where we are with talking about things. So I picked that up, and then I also found a resource on Teachers Pay Teachers. It was like $6.50, I think, and it all goes through puberty and hormones and just the anatomical differences between girls and boys, just the very basics of puberty and the human body, and then of course from a biblical standpoint. So I'm definitely gonna be reading through that before I read it with her, but from what I've seen of it so far and I scanned through it, it seems to be a really good resource that's age appropriate. And if we end up liking this, and I think this is a good thing, I will probably do a separate video about it. So got that. And then the last thing to show you is the Evan Moore, The 7 Continents, Antarctica. We did the 7 Continents, North America in 5th grade. Loved it. We had such a great time with it, and I just love it. And this is actually not just a geography curriculum. It is so much more than that, because it goes into the culture and the societies of all these different places and countries and continents. And so she chose Antarctica. So you've got some map work in the beginning, and then you get into a lot of things about the people, the climate, early explorers, different significant things that happened in that continent. So we just really love North America so much. I thought she really wanted to do Antarctica next. So we have that. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what I've picked up for 6th grade. I cannot believe that she's gonna be in middle school. Like 6th grade is middle school. That blows my mind. She's so small, she's so tiny, she's so innocent. It just seems so hard to me to fathom that that's her first year of middle school. I mean, after that, things just go so fast. The time goes fast anyway, but especially once they hit middle school, it's just a few minutes, it seems like, before they're in high school. So it's really hard for me to believe, but I'm really, really happy with the choices that we have made, that we are carrying over into 6th grade. Everything's been working really well. You guys know my theory though on not being afraid to change things if they're not working. It just so happens that this is what we have come upon that has worked for us for quite a while now. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what I have picked up for 6th grade. And like I mentioned earlier, I am going to be showing a full what we're doing for 6th grade video that'll be coming up here in the next few days. So be watching for that. Check out my homeschooling playlist. It's linked for you in the description box. Every single homeschooling video I've made in the past however many years is in that playlist. So tons of curriculum choices, curriculum review videos, homeschool room tours, homeschool mom inspiration, and day in the life videos. So make sure you check that out. Don't forget to subscribe before you head out, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.